ticket to heaven. It's a lie in the bed that you make. Now I'm restless and I'm running from everything. I'm running from everything. I'm afraid it's a little too late. All voices lie, innocence dies. Now ain't that a shame? All of your dreams and all your money, they don't mean nothing. When everything is said and done, you won't have one thing left. What happened to everything? Ticket to heaven, but that ticket to heaven sits a lie in the bed that you make. Now I'm restless and I'm running from everything. I'm running from everything. I'm afraid it's a little too that ticket to heaven sits a lie in the bed that you make. Now I'm restless and I'm running from everything. I'm running from everything. I'm afraid it's a little too late. All they gave me was this ticket to heaven. That ticket to heaven sits a lie in the bed that you make. Now I'm restless and I'm running from everything. I'm running from everything. I'm afraid it's a little too late. It's a little too late.
Good morning, everybody. You're listening to another live broadcast on WSCR Radio of Real Steel Sports with your host, Mr. James M. Krasnerick, here live in studio with
Duffet.
And also DJ Doulahan as well.
What's up, people?
Let's see, where to get started. Today's show, we're talking about the issues in Miami with the Miami Dolphins and Jonathan Martin and Richie Incognito. We have a game tomorrow night between there's the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be talking about that as well. And also, what I'm going to start out with today, pretty much just a basic rundown of the sports action from the previous night. The NBA, the Heat took out the Raptors 104-95. Jazz took down the Nets 104-88. Pistons fall to the Pacers, who are undefeated at 4-0, 99-91. Bobcats beat the Knicks 102-97. Pelicans fall again to the Suns 104-98. Mavericks pound the Lakers 123-104. Spurs take a close one in Denver, having a hell of a fourth quarter comeback 102-94. Rockets 116-101 over the Trailblazers, and the Kings fall to the Hawks 100-106. As for the NHL,
if a phone rings at your car insurance company,
let's see. In the return to Boston, Tyler Seguin and the Dallas Stars took out the Bruins 3-2. Capitals pound the Islanders 6-2. Senators power past the Blue Jackets 4-1. Blues over the Canadiens 3-2. Oilers over the Panthers 4-3. Hurricanes top the Flyers 2-1. Philly is 4-9-1 to start the year, which I love. The Wild is 5-1. Wild wins against the Flames 5-1. Coyotes over the Canucks 3-2, and the Sharks fall to the Sabres 5-4. Yesterday in the WTA World Tour Finals, the first match of the round robin, Rafael Nadal took out David Ferrer 6-3, 6-2. Ferrer, in one of his worst performances against Nadal, a -17 winner-to-error ratio. And Rafael Nadal, with his win in the round robin in his next match over Stan Wawrinka, will clinch the year-end #1 ranking for the third time over his career and the first since 2010. And as for the other match, Novak Djokovic overcame Roger Federer 6-4, 6-7, 6-2. Djokovic improves to 16-8-9 on the year and has a slim chance of finishing number one for the third straight year. Also, to wrap up last night's game, actually I say Monday night's game, the Packers and the Bears, Aaron Rodgers has been hurt and his collarbone has been broken. There's no timetable for his return. But the schedule for the rest of the way for Green Bay actually looks very, very favorable, believe it or not. It's not one that you'd say, oh, they can't win half these games. You look at their remaining schedule. They host Philly next week, go to New York, host the Vikings, and go to Detroit. If they can go 2-2 in that time span, they don't lose too much ground in the NFC North, and they still got 4 games left with Rodgers, and 3 of them against winnable opponents, Dallas, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh. Chicago's been proving that they can win games without Jake Cutler, which is huge. And if you can win games without one of your best players on offense, that's a really, really bodes well for your chances. The lights, I think, are starting to dim on Green Bay in 2013. I mean, Jermichael Finley's on IR. Randall Cobb's hurt. Jordy Nelson's the only real good receiver they have left. And for the record, like I said, if they're all healthy and their guns are blazing, they've probably got one of the best teams in the NFC, if not the NFL, and we're definitely a Super Bowl contender. But if they're going to be limited in the capacity that they are with the weapons that they have, it's going to be a long season for them. I'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Minor technical difficulties. I pushed the wrong button on the machine. Tomorrow night's game features the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings in a game between two playoff teams from the previous year that are both struggling through 2013. Their combined records are 4-12, and it's not really something you'd expect out of two teams that both won 10 games last year. But the Vikings have been having issues at quarterback, and the Redskins to an extent have too, because RG3 has not been able to replicate the success that he had as a rookie. He's been inconsistent, 9 touchdowns, 9 picks in the year. His pass rating is much lower, and he's going to have to play a lot better if they want to beat Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota, they're at home, and they're a pretty decent, they're a half-decent team at home. Like, the crowd noise and their home field advantage, I think, gives them, it can help against some, get some games where, they're playing an opponent that might, give them a lot of trouble. But if the Redskins are going to win, RG3 is going to have a better game. I mean, the Vikings are 29th in yards a game allowed at 291 per game. And they're going to have to try to exploit that with Pierre Garçon, Jake Reed. They're going to have to try to do that. But if the Vikings want to win, Peterson's got to have a big game. Because his career rushing versus the Redskins, his average is 45 yards per game. And it's not like they can rely on their quarterback position because Ponder, Freeman, Castle, whoever starts, those guys aren't averaging much in the air. 205.25 yards per game, not very much at all. But in terms of the running game for the Redskins, they've been doing much more success on offense. And Alfred Morris is going to have to be a big factor because in the last 3 games he's had 309 yards, and the Redskins have won 2 of them. And it'll be easier on RG3 more or less because he'll be able to make some plays downfield in the passing game because that'll force the safeties for the Vikings to move up, and then they'll be able to make some deeper throws, ultimately resulting in bigger gains. I think the Vikings will keep it close for a while, but I think the Redskins win because they've got a better team right now, more positive energy. They've won more recently. They've won 2 of their last 3. And for a while they gave Denver a really good game in Denver. So I think that's definitely something that they can hold up high. Anyways, that does it for the first part of my show. I'll be back with the second part in a little bit.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. Brush my teeth, find that clip I've been looking for since last night. I feel so caught up.